One day I should go back and listen to what that sounds like. I imagine it's very loud. But it might not be. I have no idea. I wonder if anyone ever even sees that. Or do people just skip the beginning of every stream? I feel like I certainly would if I was watching someone else's stream. Even the great Destiny. Oh my god. I skipped the beginning of his streams. But then again, he has a nice stream starting soon page. Which of course I am morally and ethically and ideologically opposed to. I hate those things. Because I get a notification. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's watch the stream. And then I click the stream and it's like, oh wait, we're starting soon. And then Blind Wave is like, we're starting in like 20 minutes. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Jumbona is here. Hello. Hello indeed. Jumbona. Jumbona. We're just ranting about streams here. Because, you know, that's what we do. Bad move, little ant. That was a Hunter x Hunter reference, guys. So what brings you here, Jimbona? If you're even here, maybe you left. Heath is here as well. We love Heath. I wish there was like a leaderboard thing, you know? Like on... Actually, I don't even know if it is on Twitch, but that'd be funny to see. Indeed. Tough decision. I think it's pretty clear that I've already won this. Honestly, can't remember how I got here. I think I found you on Discord. Oh my goodness. What Discord? Wait, is this... have you been on another... Were you here last stream? I feel like I don't recognize your profile picture. And what Discord? I'm guessing Mishoku Tensei? I feel like surely that's the only Discord I've ever been mentioned in. Maybe the Vinland Saga Discord? I don't know. Isn't Vinland Saga the greatest? Isn't the Twitter community for Vinland Saga just the most high IQ, bestest ever? Great, we love them. Destinies? Really? What's your name on Destiny server? This is crazy. This is my first Destiny fan that I've ever spoken to on a live stream. Oh my god. This is terrible. Deer by the stream. Awesome. Alright. I think I'm getting bored of chess. I need a new challenge for these streams. Or should I try and get my rank to exceed 300? Not my rank, my ELO rating or whatever the hell it is. This is going terribly. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever been this intensely focusing. Oh, there we go, and they won. Oh, okay. That's chess. What am I doing? Reacting to videos. We got 2 things to do, alright? I think I only put one of them in the title, which is we gotta watch smaller YouTuber streams. I mean videos, which is apparently, you know, I went through the amazing, what is it, AnyTubeList.com, like that video last stream recommended. And I filtered by like 1 to 1,000, and then I got rid of all the stuff I wasn't interested in, like those useless AMVs that I hate and a bunch of other stuff. And then I found the most recently uploaded channels, and I thought, let me go through them. And then I found these great videos, which I'm sure are going to be so great, and they're going to enthrall me and everyone watching, and it's going to be so great. So we have... Actually, we have this one, protect your voice from AI cloning or whatever. This was just on my recommended. Then we have my one unchained moment, Chainsaw Man analysis. That's mildly interesting. Why I only watch shonen anime. That's also from the same channel, so we're not going to watch that. The death of action genre is also from the same channel. We have Love Letter to Cowboy Bebop, Part 1, presentation and visuals. That's mildly interesting. I don't really care about Cowboy Bebop, but it was a small channel, and I thought, you know what, it's interesting. Bad arguments by anime fans. I'm definitely interested in that. Gon is not a monster. This is great. I hope it's a response to Alexander, who, you know, made the classic Gon is a immoral blah, 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 or something like that. And then this 1 hour, 8 minute long video, which I started watching, and I was like, this is pretty interesting, but I'm not going to watch it on stream. So anyway. And then we have a letterbox thing, because I need to find movies to watch, right? We have the nice list of things people have recommended to me. But I also want my own personal list of movies, so we got to do that.
Welcome to...
Alright, that's one.
And this...
That's another one.
I'll be on that.
That's another one. What are we watching first? I reckon this one is probably the most interesting. What's it about?
One unchained moment. For myself and a group of YouTubers...
Why is the... I mean, I understand. I was going to say, why is the audio so bad for all these small channels? But you know what? I was the exact same back in the day.
For myself and a group of YouTubers who responded to some of my very annoying DMs. Thank you, by the way. Make individual videos of our appreciation of Chainsaw Man in light of its continuation into part 2 being published in Jump Plus. I want to do something for a series beloved by so many with so many expectations and differing experiences, so a quick thank you for all of those participating and making their own videos. The link should be in the description of names like...
Oh my goodness, this is just like the Vinland's finest collaboration. How epic. The worst chapter in Chainsaw Man. That's the best chapter in the thumbnail. Oh, now that's an interesting video. Kerbeni Dance at the Family Burger, Chainsaw Man chapter 85. This is awesome. Oh my god, I've never... Is this like who inspired Bacon, I wonder? Probably not. It's probably the other way around, you know, because Bacon's so influential. My one unchained moment, that's the one we're watching. How this fight changed Chainsaw Man. What fight is that? I don't even know. Maybe the last arc. My favorite chapter of Chainsaw Man, one unchained moment. I don't know what chapter that is. I think probably right from the beginning, from the anime, that one episode. Why Denji wants boobs. One unchained moment. Chainsaw Man bath and the human condition. These sound like great videos. Like, these are the type of videos I would be interested in. Alright, let's keep going. Wait, I want to hear that again.
Welcome to one unchained moment. For myself and a group of YouTubers who responded to some of my very annoying DMs. Thank you, by the way. Make individual videos of our appreciation of Chainsaw Man in light of its continuation into part 2 being published in Jump Plus. I want to do something for a series beloved by so many with so many expectations and differing experiences, so a quick thank you for all of those participating and making their own videos. The link should be in the description of names like Broken Ronin, The Schnoismeister, Manga Crash, Melancholy Otaku, and many more should be in the playlist. It should be linked above, it should be in the description, in the comment section, anywhere you can find it. Please support them, watch their videos. I hope everyone enjoys the series as a whole, and everyone that participates enjoys making these videos. I appreciate y'all for watching, but nevertheless, let's get into this video with a bang. main themes of Chainsaw Man as a series is humanity, and just kind of discovering what it means to
Oh my god, this person is a genius. I can't believe it. That is the main point of Chainsaw Man. I've never seen people discuss it before. Even Kyle disagreed with me. The whole point of Chainsaw Man is about humanity, because it all ends on Naito, you know, being the... I mean, anyone watching right now, I'm going to spoil Chainsaw Man, you know, so be ready, but... The entire point is that Makima had a poor upbringing, you know? Devils are no different from humans. They're just people, you know, like us, but they take in what is around them, you know? It's terrible. It's all about being human, and power is like the greatest embodiment of it. Anyway.
Be human through the lens of Denji, a character whose understanding of humanity was ripped away from the time he was sentenced to work off his father's debt by the Mafia, all the way now, where he's fused with a half-devil. The story explores this theme in a bunch of ways, but the one that jumps out to me starts in the midst of the Katana Man arc, and it begins with the death of one of the characters who is near and dear to Denji's new life in Himeno. Her death comes with consequences that are not only felt through the likes of someone like Aki, of course, as her best friend. Aki's care and emotions for her passing are slightly shown and felt, but Denji, on the other hand, remains unfazed. And it's at this point of the story that Denji
I'm just wondering, if you took this audio and you, like, boosted the bass, I wonder what it would sound like. Because it is missing, like, those low... What do you even call it? Like... low tones, I guess? I don't know. But I feel like it's not that... It can't be that easy to fix something like this, so I have no idea.
begins to further question his missing emotions. He wonders why, in the midst of someone who he considers close to mourning the death of their mutual coworker and friend, can't he feel anything at all? Does this make him less human? Does this mean he never cared about her? Was there ever a point in his life where he would feel sad for someone else's death, or had his bond with Panchita taken away his potential for empathy of a bond with anyone else, and also taken away his human heart? Later in the arc, when Power and Denji go to confront Katana Man and his goons once and for all, Power does her normal power things, and Denji just kind of moves ahead. And for the last time, Katana Man talks to Denji, hybrid to hybrid, devil to devil, two men who were impacted by the same man long ago. The antagonist reveals that his grandfather was the man who originally headed the gang of the Mafia that Denji killed at the very beginning of the story to rid himself of his father's debt. Quick side note, this arc truly ties in a lot of things in Chainsaw Man that are just like crazy to think that Fujimoto was planning all along, and just kind of ties everything together in a nice bow that makes the beginning of the story matter with everything else through Katana Man and also through Denji's lingering feelings. So moving on. But it kind of ties everything together while we're thinking back to the beginning of the story when Denji slaughtered everyone in the Mafia after they kind of turned into zombies. If you haven't read this shit by now, what are you doing? And so all Katana Man wants to know at the end of the day is, when he killed all of those people, his own grandfather included, did Denji feel anything? Did any part of his inner self feel bad or sad or guilty for killing dozens of former or would-be humans at all? And Denji's response is, not one bit. And with that, so begins the best fight sequence in the entire series, in my opinion, between the Chainsaw Devil and Katana.
Jesus. Didn't know people like this so much. That's crazy. This would have been before the anime came out, right? Or did it come out in 20... No, it must have been 2022, right? Or was it... Wait, when did... Alright, let's see. Wait. Chainsaw Man. Yeah, it would have been the end of 2022. Damn, that's interesting. Alright, anyway, let's keep going.
Beyond that, it's this moment in this hallway that defines Denji's
frequencies? Yeah, that's true. We need the low frequencies to be boosted here.
Entire journey in a few pages of this setup chapter. Denji's entire arc throughout the story is basically learning what it means to be human. Whether that's through experiencing basic human life, meeting and befriending different people, going through the trials and tribulations of trusting others, developing empathy, and most of all, understanding emotion. Denji's status as a hybrid kind of makes this hard because when he feels or doesn't feel things that the people around him feel, it makes him question, am I even human anymore? If these people expect me, or expect themselves, or do themselves feel a certain way, but I don't, what does that mean? But in this hallway, it's expressed in a way where there is zero remorse, zero empathy, and zero reason to even do so. But it's in this situation where Denji has to come face to face with the fact that he killed someone's grandfather, whether deserved or not, and feels nothing. Plus the situation of Himeno, the only person to call herself Denji's friend, was killed, and again he feels nothing. It drives him to Makima after this arc, the one person that he's been able to confide into and truly trust consistently and continue to go to throughout the story. As after one of the best fights in the manga, the best bonding moment of the story as well, Makima and Denji go to watch a series of movies in which they realize that the two of them's emotions operate differently than most people in the theater. Whether it be a movie that everyone's laughing at and they're just standing there cold-faced, or whether it's a story that everyone else is crying over and they're also just standing there still-faced. The two of them bond over a specific movie that doesn't get anyone else in the movie theater to flinch if there is anyone else in the movie theater, but they themselves cry over the simplistic beauty of the story and that's portrayed on screen. It truly drives something in Denji, forcing him to feel the same thing that someone else did, someone that he cares about, someone that he understands, or at least he thinks he does. After they're done, Denji asks the simple question, do you think I have a heart? And Makima simply responds by listening in on his heartbeat and responding, confirming, that he indeed has a heart. So then why, you might ask? Did I go this entire video explaining about an 8-chapter stretch and specifically 1 or 2 scenes that I think are important to Denji's character? To that I have to say, hold your fucking horses, I'm getting to it. Denji is a character whose part to play in this story is learning what it means to be human. And I think that moment in the hallway, compounded with his reaction to Umino's death, or lack thereof a reaction, and his revelation with Makima perfectly summarizes his journey to learning the intricacies of how complex human emotions can be. And it outlines what makes his character, in this point in the story, my unchained moment. Okay, I'll stop now. Chainsaw Man is a story that I read a few months ago, and I've reread twice since then, and in the moment I'm rereading the color panel version. Shout out Skinny Bob, because that's amazing. And it's something that is near and dear to not only my heart, but several
oh my god,
others.
it is.
I've been able to meet and see content over the past few months in researching for this video and trying to recruit people for this video in the series that have made amazing content on Chainsaw Man, and in the future will make amazing content on Chainsaw Man. I want to specifically shout out Alex, because he's someone, I don't even know if he's going to participate in this series, but he's someone I found a few weeks ago who is a creator that has the utmost potential and respect, and should have that for the rest of this community, because he truly can grow to be someone in the same conversation as Gigug and all the other Anitubers and YouTubers at the top of Analysis YouTube. So check out his content if you have not. I want to thank everyone who participated in this series. Like I said, playlist down below, playlist up above, playlist in the comment section. Be sure to check out as many creators as possible, especially your own favorite creators in this series. Thank you for watching, thank you for participating, and let's all have fun on the 12th or 13th when Chainsaw Man 2 comes out. God bless Fujimoto. I'll catch y'all later.
Oh wait. Oh.
Indeed.
Okay. That was pretty good, I think. For this size of a channel, it definitely is good. The idea, I guess it's really a just talking positively and like trying to praise how complex, you know, Fujimoto's writing is, especially in early Chainsaw Man. He keeps tying it into the Unchained thing or whatever. I think that's really good. Presentation-wise, I mean, I pointed it out, you know, a few times, but I think the mic, if it had a, you know, nice lower frequencies were boosted or something, I think if he only I think he shows up on screen too frequently. Like I could imagine this being very good if the background music was louder, you know. He was just a floating voice where you never see him. Like I think the panels like this, we're just cutting between panels, I think is good. Anyway, this channel has potential, right? This was the whole almost 2 years ago, so maybe he's made some better videos or like more polished ones, I guess. I don't know. Some of these are on the list. The death of... I wonder if this is better. Oh my god, he's standing behind a green screen or something. Oh my goodness.
Action. A genre of media that...
This is exactly what I was imagining. Look at this. We skip forward 2 years and he's adapted every one of my criticisms. This is perfect. Anyway. I need to catch up on Chainsaw Man. True. Chainsaw Man is... it's the second greatest story ever told in all of time. You know, just behind Berserk. So go ahead and catch up.
Typically depicts acts of violence and physical feats as the driving force for confrontation and spectacle in the story. I think we're all familiar.
All right, we're not watching this straight away, but this is actually very interesting. How many subscribers these people have? 11K, 6K. Oh my god, god damn! Do I hate Chrome when they play stuff? The 124K. It's a massive channel. 28K. That's not the biggest. 3K. And 840. This is so cool. Look at this little community of Chainsaw Man people. Did I open any of them? Probably not, right? Kobeni Dance. Oh, the worst chapter. I opened that one.
Chainsaw.
The worst chapter in Chainsaw Man. One unchained moment at analysis. And on screen, they put what? In the thumbnail, they put one of the best chapters of Chainsaw Man.
Man's second part and anime are fast approaching, and depending on when you see this video, part 2 of the Chainsaw Man manga might already be out. And I have been invited to join an initiative started by a fellow content creator, Cardiac K, One Unchained Moment, where I and fellow other Anitubers talk about our favorite moments in Chainsaw Man Part 1. Now, the title alone probably has you puzzled. The worst moment in Chainsaw Man? Well, yes, it is the worst chapter in the series, to me at least, but not because it's bad. In fact, it's the worst in a good way. Now, for a while, I wanted to look at...
Is it going to be an emotional worst? Like, oh my god, I was so sad when I read
this chapter in more depth, devoid of a full-scale analysis of Aki Hayakawa. Yes, today we'll be talking about Aki again, more specifically the chapter or chapters that change the trajectory of Chainsaw Man forever and pave way to its thrilling finale, the Gun Devil arc.
There's a pretty long intro here.
Clickbait aside, the Gun Devil arc is the worst arc in Chainsaw Man because it's so good at what it set out to do. But we're not going to talk about the entire arc and not even its conclusion. Today, I just want to focus on the fight between Aki and Denji.
Is he going to reveal what he means by the worst? Is it like literally the The emotional thing I just said, I wonder if he'll like say it at the end or if I've like missed it.
This is beautiful on all fronts. From the art direction to the story being told, the paneling switching back and forth to this melancholic snowball fight that's gonna cement itself as a legendary anime moment when we get this anime later this year. Hopefully, to a chaotic scene of blood and gore as the streets and surrounding areas are turned into rubble. The Gun Devil arc perfectly encapsulates everything great.
I've been hearing so many people say the word encapsulates. It's crazy. Like I feel like it's become a trend on like video essays, but you know what? This was a year ago, so I guess I'm just delusional. But
about Chainsaw Man and everything wrong about Chainsaw Man. In a good way. In a good way. When I say wrong, I don't mean to criticize the series, but more or less how it
what does he mean?
makes us feel as viewers, the negative emotions that we feel specifically. It proudly wears all of the series' strengths on its shoulders: high-stakes action, heartfelt conflict, and excellent character writing. It's a bitter payoff to something that had been foreshadowed earlier, as it instills the audience with anxiety because of the future that the future devil saw for Aki came true, and certainly power would be next.
Actually, before we continue, I've never really, unless I like talked about it with Kyle when I first read through, like in our discussions, I truly don't know what people, like what their favorite arcs are in Chainsaw Man. Because to me, it's like, it's obvious. Like, those last two arcs in Chainsaw Man Part 1 are the best part of Chainsaw Man Part 1. Like, it's not even close. Like, they're obviously the best. But then again, I hear so many people go on about how, like, how great Rez is, or like, Rez, or whatever they call her, that I wonder if it's a very similar thing to, like, the Hunter x Hunter, where everyone talks about, like, the York New arc and how everyone seems to love that for some reason over the Chimera Ant arc. It's crazy. I wonder if I can, not Letterboxd, what is it? Teamaker? Is he like a Chainsaw Man arcs? That's not how you spell arcs. Jesus. Chainsaw Man arcs. Oh, yeah, part 1 and 2. This is the smallest text I've seen in my life. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let me tell you the actual ranking. Oh boy. Falling Devil S. Dating Denji S. Justice Devil A. Control Devil S. Gun Devil S. Oh god, these are actually, there's just too many good ones. International Assassins A. Bomb Girl A. Katana Man B. Eternity Devil A. Bat Devil A. Interarch A. So this is the correct answer, alright? However, if we ignore part 2, we would be taking away all the blue ones here. Now, what does the community think? Is there even enough votes? Did I just do that for no reason? Okay, here is the community consensus. The Gun Devil, perfect. The Control Devil, and the International Assassins. Okay, there we go. That's exactly what I was expecting. Oh, but then we have these dumb people down here putting the Falling Devil and Dating Denji in C and D. That's why we don't respect other people's opinions, alright? We just care about my opinion here, anyway.
I won't dive too deep into Aki's arc because I've already done that in a video before. In fact, I've done quite a few Chainsaw Man videos. If you are new here, please go watch
That's a good thumbnail.
those other videos once you're done with this. And if you're an old subscriber, I'm sure you've been waiting for a new Chainsaw Man video for quite a while now, so here you go.
This is also a very well edited video, but I guess it's it's not like a tiny channel, like 11k subs that's it's pretty big.
Thank me later. This chapter hammers in something that I didn't think about until scripting this video. Chainsaw Man's story follows in the footsteps of classic Greek tragedies like Icarus, Pandora's Box, and so forth.
I don't know a thing about those two things that he just mentioned.
If Aki hadn't grown so close to Denji in power, maybe he wouldn't have died. He was essentially punished for showing compassion to devils, for changing as a man, maturing. And it's not fair. His final moments remind me of, somewhat, at least, of two of my favorite characters from the modern masterpiece, Avatar: The Last Airbender. These characters being Jet, Zuko.
Oh my god, we have a Jet fan here? That's crazy.
How Jet's story mirrors that of Zuko and the conclusion he meets on the brink of change, just like Aki. Death. Unlike Aki though, Jet isn't killed by his friend. But back to Chainsaw Man. This is some of the series' strongest writing, and it's primarily told through its imagery. Fujimoto, in my opinion, has always leaned into the visual storytelling that could only be achieved in a visual medium such as manga or comic books, as much as he uses his traditional dialogue. And I feel like that aspect of Chainsaw Man and manga in general is ignored, but that's for another time, so stay tuned. If you do want a sort of spoiler as to what I'm talking about, I suggest you look at my other Chainsaw Man video when I talk about Powering Denji, and my Attack on Titan video on why I talked about the reasons that I enjoyed the finale of Attack on Titan and how I feel about Eren Yeager in that.
Alright, we like this guy.
You'll get an idea of what I mean about manga being a visual medium and how it's ignored through those videos. Chapter 76 to 79 has stuck with me ever since I read them, from the suspenseful knocking of the apartment door to the realization of Aki being the gun devil through Power's disbelief at such. I cannot describe the brilliance in the subtlety of Power simply saying the scent at the door is Aki's. It can't be the gun devil. That's crazy. This is one battle that you don't want Denji to win. I remember pleading for Aki to snap back to his senses. Please! It cuts back to that dreaded snowball fight as I see young...
I did just realize how, like, if you're reading week to week, how much of a shock it must be to go from 1 week where Aki is listed on the names dead to the gun devil, and then to next week see him be the gun devil. It's crazy. Because obviously when you're binging like I did, it's like, it all happens so quickly, and I'm like going from chapter to chapter, and it's like, yeah. But if you're reading week to week, that'd be a crazy thing. And there's like no way, I mean, you could speculate on it, but I feel like it surely wouldn't have been like a popular theory, right? Anyway. You bastard, you better stream for another hour and a half at least. Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Aki seeing his brother, Denji, crying before him. It's over. I thought, finally, Aki's about to snap back to reality, and I remember. This is Chainsaw Man, where things don't go as planned. There's no fairy tale happy ending here. Aki Hayakawa dies, by Denji's hand no less. I haven't felt this crush reading a manga since Rurouni Kenshin, where a similar subversion of my expectations played out. During the one-shot to Rule Flame, and spoilers ahead for that, if you haven't read Rurouni Kenshin again, I suggest you do. It's a top 10 series in my opinion, one of my favorites up there with the likes of Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Gintama. But moving forward...
Demon Slayer? Oh my goodness, alright.
During this one-shot, we're introduced to two little girls who are close to our main character, Yumi, at least one of our main characters of this chapter, this spin-off. Now, these girls get themselves in a dire situation, and while reading, I was under the impression that they'd be saved, of course. They will, but to my shock, they weren't saved, and then it hit me. Of course not. To Rule Flame is about Makoto Shishio and the Jupongatana, the central villains of one of the best arcs in Rurouni Kenshin and Shonen, the Kyoto arc. And if you know anything about these characters, you know that Makoto Shishio is not the type of person to save a life unless it benefits him. These guys won't step in and save the day. It would be out of character. And that's when I snapped back into reality. A reality that I did not want to face, but I was forced to. It hits even harder because a few pages prior, we see our main villain, or at least one of our main villains, Sojiro Seita, playing hide-and-seek with these children. And given my knowledge of where this character ends up at the end of the series and his overall arc, yeah, I was expecting something different. I was expecting Sojiro to come in there and save these two little girls before they were killed. But it didn't happen. Just like within Chainsaw Man. It takes a certain skill that these mangaka possess to be able to play with our emotions and our expectations in such a profound way, subverting cliche tropes within its genre that blow my mind sometimes. Series like Chainsaw Man, Gintama, Rurouni Kenshin, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, they all push the genre in such interesting ways, and that shouldn't be ignored. Tatsuki Fujimoto has shown that he...
If I was this person, I mean, don't worry, I like it, alright? This is a good point and everything, is making a great point. I would be nervous if I was writing the script to name a bunch of mainstream anime like this, because then I'd be like, oh my god, people are going to judge me because like I've only listed the mainstream stuff. So anyway.
Can stand on equal footing with his contemporaries in the magazine, and even series from days long gone. And that, to me, is profound. Thank you all for watching. This is Grimtoki. This has been Beyond Animation. And if you like Chainsaw Man, then please subscribe. I'll definitely be making more videos on the anime and the sequel manga when they both come out. And I'm sure you don't want to miss any of that if you like this kind of analytical, heavily edited content. I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers, and I'd appreciate if you join me on this wild ride. Let me know your favorite moment in Chainsaw Man down in the comments below. And with that out of the way, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Alright, oh wait, how's it gonna end it? Loud music, of course. Cool. That was fun. Wasn't exactly a tiny channel, you know, 11k subs, but I appreciated it. This is a fun collaboration, you know, maybe in my free time I'll watch over all of these. What can I say? I mean, another one where they're just talking about a chapter, there wasn't too much to really talk about, I mean, from my perspective. Visually it was good. What are the comments like? How many comments? 50 comments. You're kidding, right? This was the battle. This battle was beautiful on all fronts between Aki and Denji. They hyped up the gun devil as if it was an omnipotent and untouchable, and the only reason it took a couple of pages to kill him was because of Aki, Denji's senpai, once he decided he had to do it after being fed blood to regenerate by fans who make no sense. This has to be this is a meme, right? Surely. Oh, it's pinned. It's a pin of shame or whatever, right? It has to be. I don't think you know what incel means. Interesting. Still painful to read. I don't know why. Izayama is the mangaka known for killing characters when most of the cast of Chainsaw Man are dead by the end of the series. True. Anyway.
Backstory.
Another video down. Chainsaw Man bath in the human condition. Now this sounds promising. Alright. Let me close this.
Cardiac K enlists me to join a squad of public safety video essays to talk about our favorite moment.
Alrighty. So 840 subs already. High quality editing. My goodness.
Backstory. Cardiac K enlists me to join a squad of public safety video essays to talk about our favorite moment from incredibly underground certified hood classic manga Chainsaw Guy. I relay that I have a full video essay scheduled for this month, only for Yashimon to get cancelled, space to open up, and long story short, my name's Friday, and today I'm going to be telling you why credit.
How is this guy so energetic, have so many projects going on, have, you know, decent editing at least, and have 840 subscribers? That's crazy. Wait, what video was this? Chainsaw Man bath in the human condition. Oh, this one. Huh, interesting.
Barf instead of murder. I said I wouldn't do it. I said I would never make a Chainsaw Man video. There's already a myriad of incredible video essays dissecting its philosophy.
Wait, am I crazy? Wait. Is this like a re-upload channel or something? Because this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4 videos. And he's already talking about the lore of his channel. How he said to people that he'd never make a Chainsaw Man video. Oh my god. Or is it a second channel or something? I wonder. Twitter. 12 followers. I guess not. Well.
Philosophy and story structure that contain every possible opinion I have to say. On Friday, gosh damn it, if I don't have a hot take that's uniquely cancelable, there's no video. But Mr. Cardiac K has given me a very unique opportunity to display one of the tightest kept secrets I have regarding this series. I don't really care for Chainsaw Man's approach to character writing. Now hear me out, I'm not some fun-hating monster who enjoys stepping on Legos and drinking kombucha. I'm a hardcore Chainsaw Man enthusiast, same as you. But I don't think the success of this manga can simply be boiled down to cool fight scenes and radical character writing. It's a bit more complicated than that. And to understand why, we're gonna need to talk about the characters. To me, Chainsaw Man's characters are an enigma. They break nearly every preconceived notion of how to effectively gain audience affection while miraculously being adored by millions all the same. The reason this confuses me so much is because Chainsaw Man's characters shouldn't even be likable. Power is one of the main protagonists of this story. She is also loud, narcissistic, a pathological liar, and canonically racist.
But she's funny. People like funny characters.
You shouldn't want to hang out with Power because her roommate, one of the most chaotic characters in all of Jump, doesn't even want to be around her. But I sure did consider buying her $80 Nendoroid, and she surely isn't the only problem child in this exponentially expanding cast of misfits. So how did Chainsaw Man manage to get me so consistently captivated? Well, in part it's thanks to Tatsuki Fujimoto's masterful paneling. People don't always realize it, but paneling...
This is like one of the strangest points I've ever heard of. Like, to list negative traits for a character and to say that people shouldn't, like, not like they actually shouldn't, but like theoretically people shouldn't like characters with those lists of traits. Such a weird thing. Anyway.
It was masterful paneling. People don't always realize it, but paneling can be the deciding factor on whether or not you ultimately end up dropping a series altogether. Take One Piece, for example. One of the highest regarded manga of all time.
Oh my god, I love One
incredibly dense
Piece.
world building, impeccable character writing, and man, is it a pain to read. The paneling presents the dialogue in a way that feels clunky and sluggish. The lack of close...
Is this true? Oh no, Miller's not even here. Miller, is this true if you're listening ever in the future?
And paneling composition can really do a disservice to the expressive conversations to be had, while also just being really overwhelming to look at due to the exorbitant drought of dynamic panel layouts. But the real reason the paneling grinds my gears is because I genuinely love One Piece. I want to binge all 1,000-some-odd chapters, but the poor paneling creates a 1-inch barrier of concrete between me and my reading experience. This is why Chainsaw Man's paneling isn't something to overlook. It provides an unrivaled reading experience that can get even the most monkey-brained of readers to speed through 97 chapters like it's nothing. And when the stars align for Fujimoto to release a metric butt ton of uncontaminated emotion upon us, he allocates paneling space like it's the Sistine Chapel. But good paneling isn't gonna magically turn Berserk 2016 into Mob Psycho 100. If the character writing isn't the most complexly nuanced specimen in the world, there needs to be another element to not only maintain my interest, but invoke an emotional response. And that's when I realized Chainsaw Man didn't even need characters I love to make me feel. It has a strength that's far more peculiar. As I read through this manga time and time again, I found that Tatsuki Fujimoto has a bizarre knack for creating empathy. And we've established that I'm a...
This editing is wild. I feel like I'm being jerked around everywhere. But it is like a very popular style of editing. I've seen it on, like, I think now, through these streams, I've seen like 3 channels that have this style of editing, where it's like text pops up on screen, but it's doing like a fancy transition when it shows up, and it's using like a 3D camera movement and everything, and it's blurring, and it's like really fancy. But I feel like those 3 videos have all had the same style, like so similarly, that it must be like a preset transition or something. Like there must be like some software that's like, makes this easy to do. I feel like it has to be, right? But I don't know.
To make me feel. It has a strength that's far more peculiar. As I read through this manga time and time again, I found that Tatsuki Fujimoto has a bizarre knack for creating empathy. And we've established that I'm a big sweaty nerd at this point, so I think it's important that we identify...
I guess it's not really that. Like, even this transition is just like, literally you could drag 3 like default transitions. Like, look at this, ready?
And we've...
Like, that was like a, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like, you know, moving, transitioning with a black box.
established that I'm a big sweaty nerd at this point, so I think it's
And that was just like a swap out whatever transition.
important that we identify the differences between sympathy and empathy. Because while both acknowledge the emotions of another individual, understanding through sympathy has no correlation to your own life, while empathy stems from the understanding of similar life experiences to your own. A lot of manga try to invoke sympathy.
I guess it is. Like, it's just rapid cutting. I guess the skill here is like the timing and the collection of so many different clips and stuff. I guess it's, yeah, that's probably what ties all these videos together.
By creating lovable characters we realistically would grow a bond with, in turn giving the character's actions narrative weight as we...
But look at this. Like, it's something like this, ready?
We realistically would grow a bond
like, obviously these pre-animated animated things are like animated by someone else, but
with. In turn,
like something like this. Did this YouTuber make this? Because this is a really, like,
giving the
really complex thing, right? You got the moving background. Wait, let's look at this, ready? Like, everything is moving here. Wait.
Bond with. In turn,
like, the panel is getting bigger. The actual panel itself is moving.
giving the character's actions...
Oops. You got, like, a shadow and a nice frame that are, like, tied onto the actual panel. Like, you have a background that's also moving. Like, the whole global movement of the whole scene is, like, moving. Or did he just, like, find this that exists somewhere and, like, use it in his video? Because one is, like, drastically easier than the other. I just wonder, because... yeah, anyway.
Actions narrative weight as we hear what happens to them. But Chainsaw Man doesn't really have this luxury. You see, Tatsuya Fujimoto's unique writing process calls for the author to be somewhat detached from the characters, as he aims to tell a story that's impossible to predict. This includes the possibility that any character could spontaneously die at any moment. A pro to this strategy being that you can't really get bored reading Chainsaw Man. But unfortunately, you can't always marinate the emotion when it comes to things like character deaths. If you don't want spoilers, pause the video and skip to the timestamp. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Himeno's death didn't make me cry. Himeno was my favorite character, but I didn't get the chance to feel genuine anguish because Tatsuya Fujimoto's detached approach to character writing just didn't quite work for me. Chainsaw Man is currently my favorite manga of all time, but I never felt like I truly got to share in the sorrow with my fellow readers when it came to the losses of characters like Aki and Power. Maybe it's because for a lot of these I was spoiled early on, or maybe I just need to go back and reread the series. But Chainsaw Man's deaths have never been able to fully give me the emotional response I was looking for, despite the often wonderfully cinematic presentation. The hardest hitting scenes for me were those that leaned into empathy, and that's what brings us here. To the barf kiss. At this point in the story, Denji is down bad. He longs so deeply for an intimate connection with another person that he recklessly allows himself to be manipulated by Himeno. She gives Denji a proposal. If he kills the Eternity Devil, not only will she give him a smooch, but she'll use tongue. So Denji kills the Eternity Devil in the most Chad way possible, creating a perpetual motion machine of blood and anguish. And afterwards, it's time to claim his pride. But when he's kissing Himeno, he realizes something. Her tongue isn't like any texture he's felt before. It's soft, much more supple. And that's when Denji realizes that's not tongue, it's barf. Oh, you can't be doing it like this! Now keep in mind, Denji was previously a dirt poor orphan who had the dumpster dive for food. So he has the instinctual reflex to swallow anything of nutritional value that enters his mouth. So he fucking swallows it against his own will. And as amazing as this scene is, it's what comes after that I really came here to talk about. 2 simple pages. While Denji fights his bodily reflexes, we look back into his past as we see a young Denji and Pochita foraging through a dumpster for leftover garbage potatoes. They spot a colony of rats swarming the vomit of a drunken nobody. And Denji, this starving, homeless, bottom dweller of society, mocks these rodents for being so pathetic as to subsist off of the regorge of another creature. He prides himself that as a fellow mammal, he would never plummet down to such absent levels of dignity. And that brings us back to the present, with Denji, hurling his guts out into a toilet knowing that he's just shattered the only standards he's ever held himself to. He doesn't have a witty comment for the situation, no zany reaction, no triumphantly violent comeback, just a few sad panels showcasing the utter anguish he's now found himself in.
I read One Piece. Paneling can be a pain. The paneling can be a pain. True. I'm glad to hear that, because I hate One Piece here, where One Piece haters.
We've all had moments in our lives where we didn't meet the expectations we'd set for ourselves. We tarnished the slightest semblance of integrity that we had and felt shameful, mortified even. I thoroughly enjoy the first-class action sequences and flawless character banter that Chainsaw Man has to offer, but scenes like these are when I truly realize how skilled a manga Tatsuya Fujimoto is. It's moments like this that not only make me feel, but bring me to tears. I know what it's like to not grow up with much. I know the humiliation of misaligning with your own lowest of standards. And whether it's the brink of my early childhood or a universal human experience, something about this chapter made me feel connected to that. And that feeling of empathy, that emotion of anguish, is what makes these 2 simple pages so sentimentally poignant to me. And that's what makes this my one unchained moment. Hey, said the thing! Big thanks to Cardiac K for inviting me to my first collab. Now send me more manga recommendations. Nightmare!
Oh no. I don't know what Cardiac. That was kind of cool. I like that. All right. You know, presentation wise, it's very energetic. You know, it looks like it's using a lot of like pre-existing. This is like something I would never do because I'm like, it's probably like morally very, very poor, right? I guess he's sourcing stuff here. Yeah, the fan-made footage. But to just take, like, fan-made stuff and put it in a video like this, I'd be afraid to do it. But, I mean, it works really well. It makes a nice, compelling video. I don't know. One Piece is great, fuck you. One Piece is trash, fuck you. But also, I haven't read it, so I have no idea. Maybe it actually is good, alright? I've only seen 3 One Piece movies. No, 2. I don't know why I always say 3, but I've seen 2 One Piece movies, and I've watched the live action. The live action is pretty good. This man unironically made the best barf analysis I've ever seen. You're going to make it big. True, he did make it big. Oh, no, not yet. Almost. He's going to make it big.
I look at Leanne, I go...
He already has lore on his 5th video. It's crazy. How he said he'd never make a Chainsaw Man video, but he did. And then he took a 6-month break.
I look at Leanne, I go...
What is this? The Morbius of Shonen Jump? I'm not watching this. Alright, we're getting there, right? 2 more videos. Bad Arguments by anime fans. So, this is by Yumesuke's Library. Yumesuke's Library. Looks like My Hero, your Death Note, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece. This is a prolific YouTuber right here, Jesus.
Video, I'll be talking about bad arguments
Jesus.
In this video, I'll be talking about bad arguments I've seen in the community. I made a video like this before, but I have better skills. I can articulate my points better and have more arguments.
That's a great way to start the video.
Let's get to work.
I should start every video like that. Good.
People use "it's not real" to discredit criticism towards an anime. Problem 1. Saying it's not real doesn't disprove what the other person said.
What does that even mean? Have I ever heard that ever about an anime? I guess it could be like, if someone is like, Rudius he's a slave owner, or like Kettle in Chainsaw Man, or not Chainsaw Man, jeez, Vinland Saga, like, Kettle is a slave owner, we don't like him. That makes, why am I saying Chainsaw Man? It makes Vinland Saga bad, and then someone else would be like, bro, it's not even real. Why are you mad? I guess I can see that.
Lazy way of trying to negate what they said without putting in any work. This mentality also assumes that all criticism is irrelevant, which is stupid. But if you believe that, then just ignore the critics and let them critique and try to help stories improve. Your input is unnecessary and unhelpful. The only reason you would respond to criticism of an anime
True, all criticism has to be productive and helpful.
is if you actually cared about criticism, but you're pretending you don't. It's a hypocritical cycle. Popularity alchemy is the argument that popularity is equal to quality. No, it's not. Whether you think quality is subjective or objective, the fact of the matter is that popularity has nothing to do with it. A good story isn't automatically popular, and a bad story isn't automatically
unless you like something because it's popular, then popularity definitely has something to do with it.
Popular. There can be overlap between quality and popularity, like a Venn diagram, but they aren't the same thing. Stories can get popular through multiple people believing that the story is high quality based on their own rubric, but it can also get popular for reasons outside of its quality, like marketability. Never use popularity to argue the quality of a story. Subjectivity alchemy is a subset of popularity alchemy. Instead of saying a show is popular, therefore it is quality, they say this opinion is popular, therefore it's true. An example would be, most people think The Dark Knight is a masterpiece, therefore The Dark Knight is a masterpiece. That's not how logic works. The only truth that comes from a popular opinion is the truth that said opinion is popular. Uniqueness alchemy is when people try to argue that because something is unique, that makes it better. I've heard this for Chainsaw Man, Blue Lock, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Being different shouldn't contribute to the quality of a story. It might be in your rubric, but that's not a very good section to grade, because that would mean that your grading is comparative. While stories are built...
Jesus. Imagine making such a bold claim. Wait.
Kaisen. Being different shouldn't contribute to the quality of a story. It might be in your rubric, but that's not a very good section to grade, because that would mean that your grading is comparative. While stories are built up
means you're grading. Yeah, we hate comparative. We hate comparing two different shows. My goodness.
each other. Story X's quality shouldn't be somewhat dependent on what story Y did. Now, if story X is a carbon copy of story Y, I can criticize X for copying Y, but if Y was a good story, X should technically still be a good story too. It's foolish to say X has low quality because it copied Y. No, the creator of X has low ethics, but that doesn't make the story bad. If I make a story all about poop, that's unique, but it doesn't automatically add points to its quality. The unfinished argument is when people say you didn't finish the story. If someone watched 3 episodes of an anime and they give their thoughts on those 3 episodes, you can't logically negate their opinion by saying you only watched 3 episodes. If they got information wrong or used poor arguments, address those, but simply saying you didn't finish it doesn't add anything to the conversation. It doesn't prove them wrong or make their opinion less valid. Funny how I've only seen this happen when they give an opinion is negative. That's actually like most of these arguments. You like X is when someone tries to discredit an opinion by pointing out that the critic likes something that they don't like. This is stupid. Address the arguments and
oh god, I love making the you like X argument. I use it on Miller all the time when he says something bad about something I like, and I'm like, you like One Piece, you loser. My god, it's great. Puni Baba is here. Hello, Ari. What is this video? Okay, so I've watched a few videos so far in the stream. I went through and I found some small channels, I guess, that are making videos, and this was one that caught my interest, alright? And they're telling me what all the bad criticisms are, so let's see.
You like X is when someone tries to discredit an opinion by pointing out that the critic likes something that they don't like. This is stupid. Address the arguments and evidence. Pointing out that someone likes a bad anime when they're criticizing an anime that you like does nothing. Reason 1 is because that bad anime might be bad to you or the masses, but that doesn't make it objectively bad. But even if it was objectively bad...
This is an interesting video because they don't want to make a firm claim on if they believe in objectivity or subjectivity. But like all the things they're saying are like, you kind of have to pick a side, so the statements he's making make sense. Like when he's saying here, like, wait, let's listen to this again. Wait.
An anime that you like does nothing. Reason 1 is because that bad anime might be bad to you or the masses, but that doesn't make it objectively bad.
Yeah, so now I'm saying it doesn't make it objectively bad, which means that he's implying that, you know, criticism here is subjective, but then he goes on to say...
But even if it was objectively bad, that doesn't negate any of their criticisms.
But even if it was subjectively bad, it doesn't negate criticisms. Like, what is he even saying here? I have no idea. Maybe it makes sense, you know, maybe it's because I'm watching on 1.5. Let's put it down a bit, alright?
Bad anime. When you like X is when someone tries to discredit an opinion by pointing out that the critic likes something that they don't like. This is stupid. Address the arguments and evidence. Pointing out that someone likes a bad anime when they're criticizing an anime that you like does nothing. Reason 1 is because that bad anime might be bad to you or the masses, but that doesn't make it objectively bad. But even if it was objectively bad, that doesn't negate any of their criticisms, which is reason 2.
I don't know. I just can't pass this. Like, what did that point mean? Whatever. Anyway, The backstories in One Piece are god tier. Legit cried at the skeleton. The skeletons in One Piece? Oh my goodness, it's terrifying. Pointing out hypocrisy is valid. I think it depends, because, well, okay, it's like, oh, we're going down a whole like rabbit hole here. Like, how do I even God, I mentioned Miller the Killer so much on this stream. This is like he's becoming so famous from this, but Miller does this interesting thing where he makes very strong claims about things that he doesn't like, about Chainsaw Man, for instance. And a lot of people do this. It's not just Miller. It's just like, that's the one example I have. Like in the latest Chainsaw Man chapter, he talked about how, like, oh, it's unbelievable that, like, Fumiko, who is a devil hunter, would feel the need to run away. And it's like inconsistent, like, not power scaling, but like it's just inconsistent or something. I don't know, something like that. That was like his criticism. And then to go on and talk about how, like, in other things you don't care about the power scaling and it doesn't matter. It's like, it is like hypocritical, but it's also understandable. So I don't know. Like, I think it just depends on how strongly you make your statements, I guess. I don't know. That's also probably a pretty poor example, right? And Miller's not here to defend himself, so I'm sorry, Miller. I won't do it again. You like Boruto is valid if a Boruto fan is shitting on Naruto. That would fall into the, actually, I don't even know. It fell into one of these, right? No. Maybe it is the You Like X. You Like Boruto is valid if a Boruto fan is shitting on Naruto. Maybe. I don't know.
It's not for everyone is one of the arguments I hate the most. Like many of the others, it's a diversion that attempts to avoid addressing criticism. Assuming a critic's arguments make sense, saying that
it's not for everyone. I feel like I've said this, probably.
it's not made for them should have no effect on their argument. If a critic says the characters and the decisions they made were inconsistent, whether it was made for them or not doesn't affect that opinion. If a critic enjoys a story that wasn't made for them, are you going to invalidate their opinion because it wasn't made for them? No, you're not, because the people who use this only use it when a story they like is being criticized. Once again, this is a logical fallacy that subtly tries to change the subject.
What is this anime? This is the weirdest looking character designs I've ever seen. Look at their long limbs. Oh
Once again,
God.
This is a logical fallacy that subtly tries to change the subject. The subject goes from the criticism to whether the critic was in the target audience. Furthermore, how do you even know the critic was in the target audience? Who exactly is the anime made for? And how do you know that the critic doesn't fall into that group? It's just a horrible argument full of holes. The author said so is when someone tries to justify an argument.
This is an interesting video. I do kind of like it. Like, I don't think I agree with any of it, but I know there are people out there who agree with it. It reminds me of the video that I tried to criticize, but I probably failed at, talking about the uniqueness or whatever, when I think it was Kraft's Dwarf, I think, was saying that Gigak was pretty dumb for saying that something is unique when it's not unique. And I feel like that would, like, I could imagine him making a video like this, where he's talking about all the dumb arguments that people make, but I just, like, don't agree with them. I don't know, whatever. It's a dancer. It's a Mappa anime. Oh my god, I love Mappa. Mappa's great. I hope they make more anime. And I hope they work harder than they did for Jujutsu Kaisen, because, you know, it was disappointing how hard they worked there.
The author said so is when someone tries to justify an argument by saying that the author agrees with them.
Oh my god, I hate this argument.
Just had a recent video where I brought this up. It doesn't matter what the author said if there's evidence against it. If in the anime, the door was red, but the author said the door was blue, are you going to go with what the author said, or the evidence staring you in the face?
Well, probably what the author said, right? If you believe in like the author's opinion having weight. I don't know.
You didn't understand is when someone tries to negate your criticism by telling you that you didn't understand. This gets on my nerves as well. Telemon had a great video on this called The Enlightened Fan. This argument, like many of the others, aims for the laziest method of counter-argument that requires no proof. In short, if I actually did understand something, you should be able to show me with evidence that counters my evidence. You shouldn't even need to tell me that I misunderstood it. In reality, you don't understand translates to you don't like it, because in truth, it's a circular argument.
What if they watched it in Japanese without subs? And they're like, bro, I didn't understand. So it's bad.
You don't like it because you don't understand it, and you don't understand it because you don't like it. The only way for you to understand it is to like it. This argument is, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's another evasive maneuver that avoids addressing actual arguments and evidence, but I can't lie. There have been times where I see people continue watching and complaining about certain things that make me want to say this. It could be a genre or a show. To me, my question is, at what point do you stop watching something that you have so many complaints for? It especially irks me when it has to do with ideologies, which leads me to my next argument. You're not a woman is when someone tries to invalidate an opinion because the critic isn't a woman. You're not a woman is what I'm calling it. But the
Wait, what? Never heard that before.
last noun could be anything. For example, you're not black. I hate this so much because it exudes
Oh,
more
okay. I guess I've heard the you're not black thing. Or not black, but like, I guess I see what he's saying.
ignorance than anything else on this list. I faced this a lot when I was offending female
Or
characters.
it's like if you're criticizing a shonen and they're like, well, you're not a teenage boy or whatever. Yeah. This video feels like he got called dumb and decided to make a 6-hour video on phallus is true. My goodness.
Back in the day, people honestly tried to negate my arguments and evidence simply because I wasn't a woman. I don't like to use buzzwords, but there's a certain buzzword buzzing around in my head right now. Can you guess it?
Wait, is he gonna say it?
Doing that someone needs a specific quality in order to give their opinion on something is
A certain buzzword? Wait, what?
a lot when I was defending female characters back in the day. People honestly tried to negate my arguments and evidence simply because I wasn't a woman. I don't like to use buzzwords, but there's a certain buzzword buzzing around in my head right now. Can you guess it?
Is it sexism? Racism? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Arguing that someone needs a specific quality in order to give their opinion on something is ridiculous.
The buzzword? Oh, feminism. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Attack the evidence and the argument, not the person. The bait argument is when someone says this is bait in response to an opinion. This is a specific version of the intentional fallacy, which is where you assume bad intention on the other person as an excuse not to engage with it. Another evasive maneuver. My last one is the big brother argument. This is when someone argues that someone has had more time and experience in a specific field than others, therefore their opinion is automatically more valid than others. Another evasive maneuver. This is basically appeal to authority. Just because someone has more experience doesn't automatically make their arguments logical and their evidence factual. These are the worst and most prevalent arguments I've heard from anime fans. Now when you spot someone using this on you, you can call them out with a fancy special attack name. Story Surgeon signing out.
That's pretty funny. All right. Let's see.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links
Oh my god, this is an actual artist. This is great.
in the description.
We support this guy now, right? That was... it was unique, right? I like videos like this, where they're just like a nice unique premise like this. 600 views. Probably deserving of around that number of views. I think that's alright. Another great video. Some point... Oh my goodness. Crazy. What other videos do they make? Oh wait, this was the channel where they made like a million things. Oh no, a Korra season 1 narrative issues. Oh boy. We love Korra here, alright? I think that's enough of this channel. Alright. This video is bait. Lamal got him. No, I think they believe. They truly believe what they're saying. Where's the violently assault you for not liking Bleach argument? That would fall into the I disagree with you. I don't even I had a joke there. I don't know what it didn't, whatever. All right, let's keep going.
The ideas of wrongdoing and right doing.
Wait, what is this? Gon is not a... Oh yeah, true. Gon is not a monster. A lot has been made of Gon Freaks' morality as a result of Togashi deviating from the standard shonen protagonist blueprint. Today, I give my perspective on the character and try to provide a new lens to inspect the character under. Hope this video is enjoyed. And then they have a copyright statement. Classic small channel behavior. We love it. Good.
I'll meet you there. Rumi, 13th century. If you've ever come across any Hunter x Hunter discussion on the shonen's main protagonist,
And again, we got the classic small YouTuber low audio problem.
Gon Freaks, you no doubt have heard the plethora of labels that have been stuck on the character. Selfish, hypocritical, and morally inconsistent is often how he is described. And the main criticism of his character is his indifference to other characters in the show dying, including his new best friend Killua, having come from a past of killing people for a living, but then criticizing others, for example, the Phantom Troop, for doing the same, and showing
This is exactly the video I was hoping for. So I said this like way like earlier in the stream, but I know there is like a consensus, and I think it's like based on an Alexander video, but maybe he just got it from the fandom, that Gon like has no morality, or like he has a morality, but his morality is like he just likes his friends or whatever, and he'll even do evil things for his friends. So I hope this video is like a response to that. So yeah.
clear disgust towards their actions. His actions are inconsistent and random, and he seems to be egocentric in terms of judging others based on their usefulness to him. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched to the end of the show, his fall into darkness arc, following the murder of Kite, where he even threatened to kill Komugi, falling into the same hole he had criticized the Phantom Troop of. All of this has resulted in people going as far as calling him a monster. I'm going to get right into my perspective on the character.
Did he threaten to kill Komugi? I don't even remember that. I feel like he said he didn't care if she lived or something, maybe? I don't know.
In regards to the proposed accusations and explaining exactly why Gon is absolutely not a monster. Togashi is a trailblazer, and Hunter x Hunter is a unique storytelling masterpiece. Therefore, if you
True, it is a unique storytelling
try to
masterpiece.
use what you know to measure it, you'll often fall short and miss the target. Gon is a unique character in that he's on outward appearance a good-natured, extroverted kid who's brimming with joy and curiosity. He's extremely sure of what it is that he wants and always pursues it with incredible drive and motivation. But there's one trait in his possession that has driven a stake in people's opinions of Gon.
He said he'd kill her. Damn, alright, crazy. Interesting. Oh no, it sounds like another 7-hour video. No, don't worry. We got 12 minutes here, right?
Series, and that is his tendency
God, it's so quiet.
to allow himself to be inconsistent in the face of new challenges, faces, and obstacles, and his ability to approach these scenarios with no preconceived notions based on what he was told or how he has acted in the past. Gon is a pure representation of the uncontaminated human spirit. Should do, think, or feel are not vocabulary that exist in the consciousness of this amazing character. Instead, he listens to what he does think, feel, or want to do. While most people despise him for this, labeling him as selfish and hypocritical, in my opinion, this is the exact trait that makes him incredibly admirable. And you may call me crazy, but I've got my own set of reasons for why I think this way. So first, let's hone in on the point that he does not even consider what he should should do, or what the right thing to do is. In my opinion, that is an incredibly wise trait to have at such a young age. If we look at real life, most people allow the opinions they have heard from others to be the obstacle that stops them from moving forward in a desired direction. And if we think rationally, this is a smart decision. Say you want to make a particular decision, but you receive intel that this decision is not the right one. And we can assume that not the right one would mean you would experience some sort of suffering as a result, as it will not allow you to move in the direction intended. And say you avoid making that decision, although you really want to. And then let's say that theoretically we can see into the future and find out because you listened, you averted the crisis. That's fantastic. And in this instance, this way of thinking proved beneficial. But there's one flaw with this method of living. You never know whether the information you are receiving is actually the truth. And since there is constant aversion underlying this mindset, you never actually find out. It's a life of confusion and what ifs. What if your instinct was correct and following it would allow you to achieve what you set out to achieve? You're never really certain of the truth. So the only thing one actually possesses is their own truth and experiences. God doesn't follow a narrative of right or wrong, because fundamentally, right and wrong are abstract concepts that are difficult to bring down to earth. What is right, and right for who? Because God ignores external input, he is in every situation a direct recipient of the truth, a purist. And this leads to real learning. Because he gets to put his theories and feelings to the test to see if they work in reality, he freely experiments, marching to his own desires, and as a result, truly learns the consequences of his actions. Now, these are pieces of real experience that he can lean on to guide how to proceed further. Hunter x Hunter is Gon's first real exposure to the adult world, so his inconsistencies are completely understandable, and in my opinion, just point to how brilliant of a piece of fiction the series actually is. I think this also explains his lack of resentment for his father, Jing, who left him when he was just born to pursue his own dreams. Jing embodies the same philosophy of living, and Gon admires him for it. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this relationship. In real life, people often hate others who they are told to hate, with no understanding of why. You should despise so-and-so, and you should like and listen to so-and-so. Gon, again, does not subscribe to this BS, and relies on his own feelings which tell him that his father is admirable. We can also extrapolate this mindset in the form of Jing's achievements. In the series, he is an elite hunter who was a key figure in the preservation and restoration of many archaeological ruins in the Hunter x Hunter world, using his own fortune to make sure that the world can enjoy these monuments of history. So Gon's admiration for his father is not necessarily misplaced or far off. Had Jing subscribed to the same should-ofs of what it means to be a father, he could have never achieved what he did. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. In terms of Gon's character, I also think what's being overlooked a lot here is the context switching throughout the story. Over an extended period of time, situations change and are unique. Also, we never walk into the same situation as the same person. Add emotions on top of that, which are as fickle as anything can be, and we have a very inconsistent sequence of events, especially for a child who doesn't have the facilities or life experience to integrate stoicism into their life, where emotions can be distinguished from actions. And this is a natural way of life. Most human beings operate like this. Life is not a set box of events. Situations have unlimited differential factors, meaning right or wrong is never obvious. By trapping yourself in a box of rules you have set with your limited knowledge, you are blocking yourself off from a lot of learning opportunities. Therefore, I personally would rather possess the traits that Gon has than being what the average person would constitute.
Jesus, this is a dense video, right? My goodness. Wait, so it's Gon isn't evil, he's just stupid? No, Gon is open-minded. That's what it is, I think. Gon can't be evil, he doesn't understand concepts like right or wrong, right and wrong. I guess, kind of. Random, yeah, true. Random Thales quote, true. I have noticed that there are a few videos like this where they like randomly put up these wise wisdom quotes from philosophers. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of interesting, you know, Gon being open to new, or like having his own perspective, testing it out and being corrected. But I guess that's literally everyone, right? Like everyone does that.
As a good person, because his potential for evolution is limitless. He has discarded every break in his mind and therefore is able to manifest as the best version of himself possible. If you don't drop the brakes, you can never truly discover yourself or the truth. Reward and risk are related. You can't gain wisdom without being willing to being exposed to the risk of falling flat on your face and potentially being consumed by darkness. Life teaches us this constantly, but we are too blind to see. We are all familiar with the concept of exams that are stringent. You either do well or you don't. The grade you get back is not sugar-coated or changed out of mercy. And the same path is the journey of the truth.
I mean, it is sometimes.
The hero's journey. By leaving your old life behind, you risk falling into chaos and not making it. But if you don't, then your morality is true. Then you are the truth. By exposing yourself to the unknown, you are by definition not sure if you're strong enough to make it through. But if you do, your potential for evolution is limitless, which relates to, as Netero said in the series, humanity's potential for evolution is limitless. Zepao mentions that because Gon opens his mind to everything, right or wrong, is what makes him dangerous. He can never be appraised. He can never be manipulated because he is unpredictable. His limit is never known because he hasn't set a limit for himself. He has an open mind for continuous and exponential growth that catapults him to achieving what he set out to achieve. He is a representation of the unmanipulated and unrestricted human potential that hasn't been set limits and boundaries on what can or cannot be achieved. Now I understand why this kid interests me. He doesn't care about right or wrong. When I admitted to making forgeries and when that
I'm just wondering, because the idea, I believe it was this video, because it's the only Hunter x Hunter video I've watched today, he talked about how Hunter x Hunter was unique. Like, it was a unique masterpiece. And I think the unique element, if we discount what this video is saying, the unique element a lot of people were citing, you know, that this video was made in response to, was that Gon he's not the moral center. He's not the Superman character who's like trying to fight people to, you know, save the world or whatever. He's just the kid who doesn't really care about right and wrong. He just like does what he enjoys and supports his friends, even if his friends are assassins and blah blah blah. He threatens to kill a girl because of his own goals of like wanting his friend back or something. That's like the unique element of Gon. Now what he's saying is that it's unique. Gon is unique because he doesn't have preconceived notions, and he has his own way of like living life, and he lives it and experiences and grows from it. Like he changes his perspective based on how his theories are tested and all that, just like his dad or whatever. But I feel like that's not that aspect. Like if you take that framing of it, it's not too unique. Like I feel like Goku's probably a very similar thing, right? The young Goku, where he just like lived his life. He has preconceived things. He learns like he learns about things like when his friends someone dies, right? Krillin dies, I think, and he like learns from Krillin's death, and like he learns from the fight with Master Roshi where he loses in the tournament. I don't know. I feel like there probably is. It doesn't feel too unique the way he's describing things here, I guess. I feel like he needs to make a stronger argument that it's unique, I guess, but anyway. This is a dumb video. He becomes friend with a professional assassin, then calls other professional assassins for being calls out other professional assassins for being professional assassins. So Gon becomes friends with Killua, professional assassin, then calls out other professional assassins for being professional assassins. The Phantom Troop, right? I see. Well, I guess they're not really professional assassins, but I see what you mean. I assume that's what you're talking about. Yeah, fair. Yes, Gon is a psychopath. True. Yeah.
That trader gave me a hard time. He didn't react with accusatory glares or by plotting his own evil deeds. His reaction was very simple. Innocent curiosity. He opens his mind to everything that impresses him, right or wrong, which means that he's dangerous. Someone who can never truly be appraised. By extension, Gon also represents the courage to fail, the courage to be potentially perceived as a bad person, and the knowledge that this doesn't actually matter. Most people understand their inadequacies in the face of adversity, and therefore, as a result, run from it, as adversity reveals your true nature and brings to the surface every shortcoming of your character. But the truth is that if you face adversity and you do come short, it doesn't mean that you are a bad person. Instead, it points to a lack of knowledge, and the newly acquired learning experience can go towards the development of your character. However, if you are never tested, you can never know who you are, and therefore can never become more. Gon, a young 12-year-old, is facing the world head-on, and in my opinion, for that, his courage should be commended. Either that, or you can subscribe to a set of rules, which is comfortable. It's a safety net where everybody wins. You get to label yourself as a morally sound person without proving it in reality. Holding beliefs of goodness does not classify you as a good person, and I truly believe that this is one of the biggest problems with today's society. People identify with abstract beliefs that they have constructed and decided will form their identity, and any other point of view is discarded and rejected. And why is this the case? It's probably because the identity is not built on truth. It's not built on action or a track record of proving themselves. It's built on falsehood and therefore is by nature insecure, which is what results in the aggressive attitude that is usually evoked when challenged. This is why I believe the criticism of Gon to be nonsense, and simply the result of abstract ideals projected onto real life scenarios. I think that Gon's genuine approach to life, where he acts in accordance with his own compass, if integrated into society, would prove much more productive as a whole than empty words. Sure, it wouldn't eradicate evil.
I think I've zoned out of this video. I don't even know what he's talking about at this point.
But who said evil needs to be or can be eradicated? Rome wasn't built in a day, but was also not built on words. It was built on action. I think what is also overlooked is the courage of Gon to blaze his own path. And I'm not calling out anyone who thinks otherwise, and neither am I.
I feel like he's just trying to justify Gon as a good person, I guess. Like he's trying to, because like as far as I understand, and like my limited thinking of it, morality is like obviously subjective, right? So this video essay creator is trying to lay out how this person, how his morality would frame Gon as a good person. But I feel like you'd probably have to lay out your like moral code or whatever a bit more thoroughly than is done here to kind of justify it. I don't know, but maybe I've just missed it. I don't know. I'm a bit zoned out of this video, right? True. Too many people believe in abstract concepts like murder is wrong. True. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Yeah. I don't know.
Saying that they are wrong. In fact, they are 100% correct. By comparison to the typical shonen protagonist with impractical and overinflated ideals that they proclaim to everyone they meet on their journey, Gon is a selfish hypocrite. But if you take both examples and compare them to the real world, which character would truly prosper and rise up using their mentality? I believe Gon has a much greater likelihood, and this is not for no reason. As I've mentioned in my other videos on the series, Togashi has intentionally tried to keep the series as pure and reflective of life as possible, and this is the reason for his amazingly interesting three-dimensional characters. The character depth and the reason we are able to have these discussions is because the characters are closer to real life in terms of their inner workings as well as the Hunter x Hunter world. Art imitates life, and this is why I believe Togashi is a master of his craft. Any writer can create a protagonist with the default ideals, because that same writer also controls the consequences and rules within that world. The main character can have these ideals and still prosper and rise to the top, because they are shielded with a coat of plot armor that the writer has equipped them with. Togashi saw this blueprint and decided no thanks. He threw the rules out of the window and decided to let go of the control of the world that he had created. In a creative sense, Togashi created a living, breathing world by trying to stay as true to reality as possible, and from there, metaphorically speaking, the story wrote itself. Togashi was simply responding to each situation based on his feelings, on what he would do as a fallible human being, and this is clearly reflected in the character of Gon. Therefore, I think Gon represents the inner child everyone carries within them. He represents unfiltered curiosity curiosity, and the courage to go after what you want. The light that most people have suppressed in themselves. Maybe this is where the heavy criticism and resentment of Gon stems from. He represents what most people want to be like, but are too afraid to be like, and some of the other things we mentioned earlier. But of course, the purer the light, the darker the darkness when it strikes. And this explains why Gon tends to deviate towards the extremes, either loving something holy or someone, or hating something or someone holy. And of course, we are all too familiar with it in Gon's case, from the Chimera Ant arc. Gon is a pure, unfiltered representation of the indomitable human spirit.
Oh, second recording session. I heard it. The microphone changed. Wait, let's go back.
Tends to deviate towards the extremes, either loving something holy or someone, or hating something or someone holy. And of course, we are all too familiar with it in Gon's case, from the Chimera Ant arc. Gon is a pure, unfiltered representation of the indomitable human spirit, flaws and all included in the package. Hunter x Hunter is a journey through the beginnings of Gon's adventure and encapsulates a realistic portrayal of a real-life journey, and of course is messy as a result. Real learning comes from making mistakes, and I think this is something that Hunter x Hunter doesn't shy away from. So no, Gon is not a monster. He is human, and in fact, as human as we've probably seen in storytelling. And the fact that Togashi's attempt at encapsulating a character, experiencing a world that is as real as possible, resulted in him being labeled as a monster, possibly points to the fine margin that actually exists between human and monster. There's only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance, Socrates. Run from what's
True. Thank you, Socrates, for wrapping up this video.
Live where you fear to live. Destroy your reputation. Be notorious. I have tried prudent planning long enough. From now on, I'll be mad. Rumi.
Who the hell's Rumi? Alright, this was not a video for me, alright? I think it was a little bit boring, but you know what? It wasn't terrible, you know? Well, decently well made. The narration could have been a little bit more engaging, but I also do like kind of dry, like, narration like this. Like my early videos, I guess all of my videos are kind of like this. I don't know, it just wasn't a very engaging video, I guess. I don't know. Maybe just went over my head, because, you know, I love to watch my videos at 1.0, yeah, analysis videos like this at 1.5 times speed, which, to the detriment of my audience, my god, I got some people not happy with me. Oh my god, Avatar, 8 minutes ago. Alright, boys, look at this, ready? I'm sorry, man. For me, speeding up this video is a form of disrespect to Avatar and its creator. Then we got another one here. I'm sorry, man. For me, speeding up this video is a form of disrespect to Avatar and its creator. So, I'm so sorry to all my viewers out there, you know, that I'm watching these on 2 times speed or 1.5 times speed. Crazy. Actually, how am I, let's see, we got the Mushoku Tensei one. Alright, we have. Oh my god, it's me. I hate it. You know, we got a nice commenters here. Have I read all these? I think I have. True, I have 3 replies. Oh yeah, I read this as well. I did notice that Crunchyroll finally put out the trailer with the subs on it. Mushoku. Oh, here it is, right there. So I was wondering if I would get like more views on this, you know, since a new trailer came out. You know, it's getting a lot of views here, but nope, guess not. Guess Mushoku Tensei has fallen off, you know. Got my media digest. Welcome to the 20. Have I got any views on here? No, I got just Sickless just mad, you know. Oh my god, he has 3.5k subs. I didn't even realize. Sickless channel's booming. It's because of all these shorts. Have they been taken off? 600,000, my goodness. Anyway, oh no, there's one more thing I need to check, you know, before I do other things. Secondary ENT. How's that Black Lagoon discussion going? 179 views, not bad. And we got Heath commenting here. We love Heath, right? Staple of this channel. But true, he's also right. We do need to define generic a bit better. Anyway. Dumb video, yes, Gone as a psychopath. True, too many people believe. Yep, okay, abstract. Rumi is an Arabic poet. Okay, interesting. See, I don't know anything about poets or philosophers or anything. Is that a bot? Or is one person just copying the other? I truly don't know. When I saw it, I was like, is this like a meme I'm missing? Is this like a thing you say on videos? But no, I just don't know. Now that you say it could be a bot, I guess it could be. Yeah, I don't know. For what it's worth, we're getting a full trailer on March 27th at AJ for MT. Cool. All right, I'm excited. March 27th, and we're February now. Cool. Hope it's good. I saw the craziest comment. I wonder if it's still there. It was on the anime subreddit. It was like, it looks like the animation is way stepped up from the last core. And I'm like, what? There's like hardly any movement in this thing. What are they even talking about? Like, wait, Mushoku Tensei trailer. Like, did they think that this was all like original stuff? Like, this is all recap. Like, what movement do we even see here? Like, Jesus Christ, that's loud. They saw this? No, this is a peak animation here. Look at this. Look at I just don't get it. Anyway, I wonder if it's still here. Shoku Tensei. Animation, yeah, I guess this is it. Animation-wise, it seems to be better than part 1, but still, man, I miss season 1 animation. What does this even mean? Like, what did they see in this that made them think that, like, this is better animated than part 1? There's, like, nothing in this. People are crazy. I don't know. And he got 48 upvotes. That's wild. Anyway. Alright. Faces look on model. Feels like better animation to people. Oh yeah, sure, I guess that's fair. I did note, yeah, that is one thing I noticed, how, especially Aisha and Norn in this shot, they look great. In the poster, I don't know if they're particularly on model in the poster though. How do I even find it? Mushoku Tensei poster season 2 part 2? No, not videos. Yeah, this. Oh my god, just show me the image. Jesus. Yeah, to me, like, these two slightly look weird here. Sylvie looks good. Rudy looks good. Norn kind of looks a bit like she's staring into the distance, like in a weird way, like her eyes are too far apart or something. I don't know. Aisha, it looks like her head, like her actual head is like too big and the hair is like not long enough or something. I don't know. It looks weird. Like it also looks like her head is like not part of her body, like it's detached or something. It's like drawn separately. It's too big or something. I don't know. But in the actual trailer, it looks good. Anyway, whatever. They hired 2 new chief animation directors. So now, when I hear that, I know there's some people who would say, they need 2 directors? That's terrible. That shows that the production is failing. And then on the other hand, I'd see other people saying, 2 directors, that's awesome. They can spread the work apart. It'll look great. And I truly have no idea which side I should be on. What do you think? Which side should I side on? Should I be, that's a good sign or a bad sign? Kota Sera and Shinobu Trako. I don't know. So I would expect faces to be consistent in Core 2. Well, never heard of those names. Kota Sera. Anime News Network. Okay. Kota Sera. Alright. And Shinobu. Oh my god, that's from Demon Slayer. Irako. Oh, I guess it's not that person. Mushoku Tensei. What have they done? So they're in season 1, the animation director, second key animation for the ED. Was there an ED? I guess there was an ED, or 2 EDs, right? Then Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation 2, animation director, second key animator. What else is there? Muv Love. Oh my god, people always tell me to watch this because it's like Attack on Titan before Attack on Titan. Now this is a prolific person right here. Jesus Christ. Solo Leveling, Soul Eater, Spice and Wolf, Spy Classroom, Star Wars Visions. Alright, is a very well-known person, I can tell. I feel like this probably isn't the person you're talking about. Maybe it's this one. Ikako. Oh yeah, Mushoku Tensei. I probably typed it wrong. OAV. I assume it's the Eris thing. I don't know. Animation director of episode 22. That was a good one. That had some cool stuff, but I mean, I don't really remember the animation. I don't know. Animation director, episode 7 and 11 of season 2. 7 was the bad one, wasn't it? Wait. Mushoku Tensei season 2. Oh no, again, it was a good one. This is the director, right? The director of this episode is directing season 2, right? I mean, the next cool. Oh wait, oh no, okay, I thought I typed the same thing. What has this person done? I know a lot of people have said that they have directed other series. Episode, unit director, chief director? Would that just be like director? I don't even know. Life lessons with Uramichi Oni-san. Mushoku Tensei 2 TV4, whatever that means. Reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Smile down the runway. Interesting. Alright, I've never heard of this ever. Kind of cool. Why does it have this weird cursor? Oh, you can make it bigger. Neat. How to... Oh, there we go. Never heard of it. Neat. Never heard of it. Neat. Anyway, I'm excited, but I'm also scared. So, anyway. Okay. Posters aren't representative of the anime. Shield Hero Season 2 poster was amazing, but the anime looked mid AF. Okay. Kota Sera, solo animated Mushoku Tensei Season 1 cool 1 ending. It's crazy. Okay, cool. Shinobu Irako did a lot of work on Vinland. Okay, we love Vinland. That was pretty cool. Yes, it's the same person. Yep, okay. Shibuya's main experience is doing photography compositing for a lot of IG shows. Okay, interesting. I do like compositing, alright. Good compositing makes a good show. Alright, I think we're done with videos, right? We're getting toward the end of this stream. This is cool. I should send Bacon the... Wait, how do I reopen a last tab? Does this do it? Wait, it does. Yeah, I should send Bacon that. Alright. That's everything for now, I guess. The only other thing I wanted to... Actually, let me go through my list of topics to talk about. Let's see. Oh yeah, so probably next stream. I don't know if it'll be next stream or the one after or whenever I just feel like it. I need to show off my Minecraft world, alright? I need to dedicate a stream because I want to make a video out of it, like a nice unscripted, you know, ordinary Ari video going over all my Minecraft stuff. So I'll probably do it on stream. So that's one thing ticked off there. We talked about the reaction videos at 1.5 times speed. It is an interesting situation, right? I don't know how I would feel if I did watch someone react to something I liked at 1.5 times speed. I think I would be fine with it. Because the thing is, with a reaction video, you're there to experience what they're experiencing for the first time, right? So I feel like you want them to experience the thing the same way you did, right? So I think 1 time speed is like essential for a good reaction video, because the majority of people are going to watch in 1 time speed. It's a very similar divide of like when you're creating a reaction channel, do you watch the dub of something or do you watch the sub of something? And I think it's pretty important for what you watch to match the majority opinion, like what do most people watch? Because when people watch reactions, they want to watch you react to the thing they reacted to. So they don't want to watch you react to it at like 1.5 times speed. They don't want to watch you react to the sub when you watch the dub, you know? People want to match like their experience. So I feel like it is important to match it, but in my defense, all right? Oh my... I didn't have much of a reaction to this, I guess, personally. But also, it's not like... It's just like a behind-the-scenes thing. Like, I don't know. I think in an ideal world, I would react to videos like this in 1 time speed. I think something like this would be okay if I reframed it as instead of being a reaction as a discussion. But the problem is I just didn't discuss anything. Anyway, that's my rant. Let's see. Any comments here? I saw some things pop up. Same person. I don't know if... Oh, there we go. I don't know if Shibuya will do a better job than Hirano, but he's much more involved. Yeah. I mean, all I can say is that I absolutely love... I say this every time, but I loved all the episodes that Hirano storyboarded, so I thought he was at least good at that. But yeah. First time catching you live. Oh my goodness, how exciting. Wow. Wait, how do you know me? What did you... Are you an Arcane fan back in the day? One of the 100 people who watched my Arcane video? Oh my goodness. You probably saw this video and you were like, I need to subscribe to this guy because this is the greatest video that I've ever seen on YouTube, right? Surely. Anyway. When I watch videos, I watch it at 1.5 times speed. So if they're watching... There's a car outside, Jesus. So if they're watching at 1.5 times speed, it becomes 3... I guess that's another thing. Yeah, it becomes 3 times speed. Well, I don't know if it... it doesn't become 3 times speed, Wait, what does it become? It'll be 3 on 2. Times... I guess it does become No, you'd be watching it on 2.25 times speed, right? I think that's how the math works out. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I know what you mean. That also happens to me when I rewatch my VODs sometimes. Oh yeah, I do think the reactor themselves should watch it 1 times. Yeah, okay. Also, Puni, hey, seeing you here. Haha, no, from AOT, the Ymir video. Wait, did I make a Ymir video? I guess I did, like, ages ago, right? Wait, surely not this one, right? How the anime informs my view of Ymir. That's pretty crazy if that's true. My goodness. Puni Baba failed at math, Lamau. Wait, do you guys know each other? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Anyway. So that was my first discussion thing. Reaction videos at 1.5 times speed. Okay, I guess we unanimously agreed that 1 times is the ideal speed. Oh, another thing. I am working on a new scripted video. I did run a poll. Who knows if I'll actually follow the poll. But look at this, guys. This is why you should follow me on Twitter. But actually, I'll probably move polls like this to my YouTube memberships if I ever do that. But here we go. What video topic would you be the most interested in? And as expected, Mushoku Tensei, number 1, 60% of the votes here. Then I was surprised that Berserk actually came second, but yeah, we got Berserk here. Even because I've never made any Berserk content, I don't think. I guess I talked about it once on an Ordinary Ari monthly digest. Chainsaw Man and The Legend of Korra coming in last. Disappointing. So who knows, but you know what? I have started working a little bit of research for a video, so who knows? Expect a video in the next month, I guess? I don't know. God, I could just get a quicker one out, but yeah, I'd rather make a more well thought out one. All right, that's that. Then we have finding movies to watch, so we'll get to that. Let's see, we've got a bunch of stuff here. The Yumi video, failed at math. No, that one exactly. Damn. Yeah, this guy has quite a reputation. Lol. Really? Oh my god, I only know Pudi Bubba from these streams. He showed up once and he's like, I found you on Discord or something. I don't know, something like that. But I know he's in the Mushoku Tensei Discord. I've seen him typing there before. And you want a Discord VC? Need invite, please. I mean, technically, okay, if you want to join the server, it's in the top right. I feel like it just must be invisible to people because it's like fading into the background. But you can join that. But yeah, it's not what you're expecting. You can't type in the server. It's just for sending video links, basically. And whenever like I want to get people like Bacon or Kyle, like who are my co-collaborators, you know, we can talk about it, talk about stuff. Analyze Berserk 2016 from the perspective of someone who's never read the manga or seen the older anime. But how could I possibly do that when I have read the manga and I have watched the anime? That'd be crazy. There is one Berserk. There are 2 Berserk videos I'm interested in making. Yeah, one of them might get made. The other one's not going to get made. Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't notice it at all. True. Yeah, no one ever does. It's crazy. But it's kind of intentionally a bit vague because, you know, it's not much of a Discord server. It's purely just for people to send links. Because apparently, you can't do it in a YouTube chat. I don't know. Don't ask me why. It's just the way YouTube does things. But anyway. Just pretend and talk about how amazing it is. I guess that I could do that. And then I could use an AI voice or something and get like a woman's voice instead of my voice. I don't know. That would be fun. I have thought about that. Like just using an AI voice one time just for fun. I guess this one's an AI voice, but this was before AI was pretty good. Listen to this, guys. This is AI right here, right?
I won't stop the rumbling. I won't leave the future of parody to fate.
Crazy. Anyway. What was I saying? I feel like I was in the middle of something. Probably not. Oh yeah, I've been steadily losing subscribers. It's getting down a bit. Got to publish a Mushoku Tensei video and I get my numbers back up. Anyway, got to find movies to watch. So, I don't even know how to do this. This probably isn't a stream thing, right? I should probably like make a tweet or something and be like, guys, what movies should I watch? This is my current watch list. Bunch of A24 movies. Tall Girl 2, because, you know, we love Tall Girl. The first one was funny. Mary and Max. This is probably one of my most immediate things I'm going to watch. Oh, I thought they said Aaron Elliott. Oh my god, that would be Aaron from Blind Wave's name. That'd be crazy. Apocalypto. This is England, recommended by a fan of the stream, Ciclet. What else? In Time, recommended by my friend who said it was pretty fun. Then we have a bunch of A24 movies. Actually, a bunch of A24 movies, Jesus. Flash looked somewhat interesting. Batman, Miller says that's like the greatest movie ever. I started watching An Elephant Sitting Still. It looked really interesting. I'll probably finish that. You got some classics, you know, Clue, American Psycho, War Games, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Like, these are all things I've had on my list for a long time that I want to watch. A Race Ahead. I feel like I saw someone talk about this and it sounded really cool. And I'm like, hell yeah. Labyrinth. I have actually technically seen this as a child, but I don't remember enough about it, so I haven't put it here. Upgrade. This is like... This movie is crazy how well known it is, or like how much it's recommended. Whenever I look up, oh, what's a good like low budget, or like what's a good unknown like sci-fi movie, people always recommend Upgrade, which is funny because I remember it looks so generic. Like I remember seeing the trailer for it, like when I was watching some other movie in the cinemas, and it looks so like generic and bad, but apparently it's really good. So yeah, The Sixth Sense. I know the twist, all right, but I haven't seen it. The Notebook, apparently. You know what? Maybe I should get in touch with more of my like romance like stories. You know, I don't really watch them that much, but The Notebook. Oh my god, that's Guts imagery from Berserk when his mum was hanging as a corpse from a tree and he like was born under her. It was crazy. Halloween, I rented it once for 30 days and I somehow missed the whole window and I never watched it, so I wasted like $5. But anyway. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't notice at all the thing. Just pretend I talked about that. Kara no Kyokai. Kara no Kyokai. Let's see. Is that a movie, I'm guessing? Kara no Kyokai. Oh, is this the Garden of Sinners? Oh my goodness. That is true. You know, we have it here. We have it on the list right here. Garden of Sinners. I guess I should add it to this list, right? Well, it's probably like, I don't know if it'd be on one thing or it'd be like 12 movies or whatever. I don't know. Don't worry, it's on my list. Watch The Seventh Seal. My favorite movie. Don't worry, we're not going to read the synopsis. I just want to see what genre it is. 1957? Jesus Christ. This would be the oldest movie I've ever seen. Genre. Fantasy drama. That sounds interesting. It looks kind of cool. He looks like a Time Lord from Doctor Who without the fancy head thing. Let's add this to the list. It's officially been added to the watch list. So if we refresh, there it is, The Seventh Seal. Crazy. My favorite movie. I'm absolutely horrendous at following through with these to-do lists. I always end up watching something completely random instead. Well, isn't that just the story of my life? Let me show you a story right here, right? Ordinary Ari. I think, where's the actual playlist here? Media Digest. What a great man I was. Up until... I think it was around July? I think I watched, like... Heath's comment from so long ago when he did 6 months ago when he told me to watch Bloom Into You and Spirit Circle. I think this was probably the month where I, like... I got so busy and I was like, oh, I can't watch these, and then I feel bad about watching other things, and I like got behind on my list. But yeah, anyway, I used to be good, all right? All these months I watched what people recommended and I got through it all, but then it kind of fell off, you know. My favorite movie, it's a Swedish movie, by the way. Watch it with subs. Don't worry, I will. The only dubbed movie I've ever seen is Time Crimes. Now this is a good movie. I gave this 5 out of 5. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get through a bunch of movies this month. Threads is also interesting. Apparently this is like a Black Mirror kind of thing. I think it's like really dark or something, and it has to do with nuclear bombs, I think. It looked interesting. Swiss Army Man, bunch of A24. Okay, whatever. All right, we're getting right to the end of this stream, all right? Finding movies to watch. Oh, and then we also had the, so, you know, a friend of the stream here, it's Mir. I don't know if you guys, actually, I don't really talk much about him, like on stream. If anyone here is a Vinland Saga manga fan, you should check out, it's Mir. He makes great analysis videos for every, well, I guess they are analysis, but I think they're unscripted, or like he has like dot points and he like talks about them. But, oh, wait, chapter reviews. I guess that's a better thing. Chapter review and analysis. He makes one for every chapter, and they're very in depth. And yeah, I definitely recommend this. Yeah, and we watched through season 2. We had discussions with him and Kyle and Bacon. That was fun. But he's big on Twitter, I think. Like, he uses Twitter a lot. And he tweeted out a poll about is Thorfinn a colonizer, because of some stuff that Thorfinn does in the manga lately. And he got a crazy amount of engagement. Like last night before I went to sleep, I looked at it and I was like, man, this poll has 500 views. Like, that's pretty good for a tweet. Like, my tweets get like 50 views to 100 views. This poll has like 500. And then I look closer and it's like, this poll has 500 votes on it. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. It's got massive engagement. Is Thorfinn a colonizer? But yeah. Of course, I voted yes, because, by definition he is. But people apparently, they got pretty mad, and Mir buckled to the whims of the crowd and decided to remove the poll because, I guess it is somewhat, this is more of an interesting discussion, I guess, about how the reason he removed the poll was that, I think the majority of the reason was that people were saying that it was a bit insensitive to make a poll about such a serious topic on Twitter, I guess, and treat it as though it's like less serious than it is. I think that's pretty stupid. Like, I think you should be able to make polls of anything. And I feel like when you make a poll about like, maybe it is my ignorance, like maybe someone can correct me, but I feel like, is there anyone who would see a poll about like if someone is a colonizer or not and feel and be hurt by it? Like, would there be damage to someone who sees that? I just can't imagine a situation where that's the case. I can imagine the situation where if someone made a poll of like, oh, is Kettle your favorite rapist or something? Or like, does he rank in your top 3 rapists? Like, I can imagine that being like an insensitive poll that like could harm people or whatever, because it's like that you're belittling someone's trauma or like terrible experience by turning it into a poll or something, right? But I think the difference is, or like one of the key differences is that like colonization isn't the damage that's being done to someone, it's the effects of it that is the damage. If does that make sense? I don't know, because I feel like there's no one who can be harmed by a poll like that. It just feels like respect for the sake of respect, which I guess I think I'm a bit of an outlier in that, where I don't believe in respect as like a thing. I don't know if I made any sense there, but it was a bit weird. Like I almost tweeted in reply, like snarkily in reply, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to engage with this because I guess I'm not too educated on like colonization and stuff. So I don't know, whatever. All right. Swedish movie. Dropped a Vinland manga when they introduced Thorkel's daughter. That was cringe AF. Oh, I love that character though. It's a good character. Cry more she speak. True. Heath is right. We should be like gone and not care about other people and be open-minded. I agree with that. Know that tracks? Hell yeah, look at this. I'm a genius. All right. But you know what? Mia just wanted to be a good person. And if I was in Mia's situation, I would also delete the tweet because I'd be afraid of like so many people just out there like saying I'm a bad person, Oh my goodness. Anyway, I guess that's it. That's all I have to talk about this stream. Next stream, I don't know, I'll probably show off my Minecraft world or something. I don't know. I hated Thorkel's Daughter 2. Nearly dropped the series 2. I mean, if you're interested in my actual thoughts when I first read through it, it's all on the Ordinary Ari channel. You can see my original thoughts for Cordelia. Probably be in what, video 12 or something? Jesus, it's so long ago. Yeah, I guess this video was when she was introduced, or maybe it was the one before. Either way, I like Cordelia a lot. And initially it was because she was very cute, I guess. Like I like cute characters, where it's like innocence in an otherwise non-innocent story or whatever. But at this point, it's become, she's more of a interesting take on the innate nature of like violence in men and women or whatever in Vinland society was kind of interesting. I don't know. Like if you're, I don't know how many people actually watch this, but if you go to Secondary ENT, I think Bacon had an interesting take on it. If you watch the talking about Vinland Saga chapter 206 and 208, with Jarky Bacon to lead Ari. I think Bacon had some interesting things to say about it, and maybe Kyle. I don't remember if Kyle said it or Bacon, but yeah, it was interesting stuff about Cordelia said there. Anyway, let's see. I remember an interview with Linus Torvalds. That's like the Linux guy, right? They basically said the same thing. Like, respect is earned, not given. True. Except maybe not. Wait, you have another channel? Yeah. Wait, I don't even... Wait, this is crazy to me. Because these streams were originally on that channel. So look at this. We're getting a new audience. Believe it or not, if you love these streams, look at all these on the other channel. My God. But yeah, I got another channel with a lot of unscripted stuff. If you're interested. Anyway. She might be the best character, but a Viking being pro-trans is too much for me. The pacifism was hard enough. I think I also am not... I know everyone, for some reason, seems to think that Cordelia is a trans character. I'm just trying to, like... Maybe now is, like, the place for me to think about it. Oh, am I ready for this discussion? Let me think. Trans. I guess this is also Vinland spoilers, I guess, if anyone wants to, you know, leave now. The stream's going to end anyway very soon, so if you know what, catch you later. But yeah, Vinland Saga manga spoilers, alright? We're going to talk about Cordelia a little bit. What is Oh god, it's like this is too complicated of a discussion. I have to. This would be a better scripted video or something, right? Because, okay, my understanding is that to be trans. Oh no, this is like there's like two schools of thought. Oh, I mean, there's like a million schools of thought. I'm not prepared for this discussion. But there's two schools of thought, right? One is that transness is a mismatch between the brain and the body, right? Where it's like you have a internal experience of feeling more, say you're a man and you feel like, say you have it's like female and male brains or whatever, right? Where you have like, oh, I have a female brain but a male body and it feels like a mismatch there and I want to correct the body to match the brain or something because you can't like correct the brain to match the body or whatever. That would be like one definition of trans, I think. And then another definition of trans is that you identify with the gender that you aren't assigned to by society, I think. Where it's like people typically would assign you a certain gender by looking at you, but you feel like that gender doesn't match your internal like feelings or something. And I feel like Cordelia doesn't match either of those because the decision of her gender wasn't made by her. Like she was forcefully raised as a woman and was never, I guess, never given the choice as to like what her gender was. But then you could say that like, I guess that's what all trans people go through, where it's like they're raised as one gender and the gender is incorrect or something. Like they don't feel like it matches their experience. But it's like weird. Cordelia's in a weird situation where it's like it wasn't her choice to. She's like the opposite of trans, I guess, where it's like the. No, it's not even the opposite of trans. It's like she's never really considered it. Like it feels like she hasn't gotten to the point where she has accepted her transition. Not like she hasn't accepted whether or not like her gender internally matches the external one. If you know what I mean, does that make any sense? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. You know, food for thought. We'll revisit this, all right? Next chapter for Vinland Saga. Maybe I'll make a scripted video on it. Probably not, because I am not a trans expert here, all right? R is in a Destiny fan coming out. True. He does have some interesting... I think he believes in the brain one, where it's like, you have a male-coded brain and a female-coded brain, and like that's how you define, like, gender, but I got no idea. Cordelia has gender dysphoria. That's enough. But does she? Like, have we ever seen her complain or like be like, I don't feel like a man, or I don't feel like a woman? I guess you could say that because she doesn't like violence and people in her, the males in her world like violence or something. I don't know. It's kind of strange, I guess. I don't know. Cordelia has gender dysphoria. Yeah, true. She does choose to be Cordelia after escaping Halfdan, though. Yeah, I suppose that's an interesting thing, because initially, Halfdan and Halfdan's men are treating her as, whatever, I don't remember what her name was before. It was like, not Garda. I don't even remember the name. There was some name she had before Cordelia. So I guess in that way, if there is like textual evidence, which I don't remember, that back then she didn't appreciate being called, whatever her like past identity wasn't treated like a man, I guess I could accept that as being, then she, I guess, would be a trans character. But to me, I guess it's like, it's not as obvious. Like, I think I don't think people engage with it on this level. I think it's just that they see a masculine looking woman, or like a trans, not even trans. It's like, there is no word for it. Like, what is the word for it? I guess it is like a masculine looking, how do you even explain this? I think people, when they're reading Vinland Saga and they run into Cordelia, they would see a male, like a male appearing character, like with male features, like very big and strong and whatever, muscular and like well-defined jaw and all those like typically male features. And then they see that the story is presenting this character as a woman, and they say, okay, definitionally, this is a trans character. Whereas I feel like it's not necessarily the case. Like, I don't think that has to be a trans character. I don't know, whatever. I feel like there's like a different definition for transness or something. But this is an open discussion, right? I can have my mind changed very easily, and I feel like I probably have a little bit by even just mentioning the Hofton thing. So I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll revisit Vinland Saga. It's been a while. Anyway, Cordelia I read that, and she chooses Cordelia after escaping Hofton. All right, we've done it. All right, we've made it to the end of the stream. We have discussed small video creators and the content that they make. We have discussed reaction video speeds and dubs and subs and what we like in reaction videos. We have talked about the production behind Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Core 2. And we've done other things as well. And with that, I end this stream. Goodbye.